Okay, welcome to this impromptu class on rhythm. Some of you may not have been able to be in class recently, so I just want to be able to show you what we went over. It's a very simple lesson, especially in comparison to what we had last week. So let me just show you. This is, let's get 4 quarter notes onto the board here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now, whenever I'm directing, I will give you counts such as 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if we have some eighth notes in there, let's say, let's just add an extra note in between here, bring it up, add the bar so that they're eighth notes. So this would be 1, 2, and 3, 4. So I would normally, if there was an eighth note in that measure, I would start off by saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you would clap on each one of those beats. Now sometimes we even have 16th notes in there. And so it'd be 1 E and 2 E and. So let me just write it out on the board here. So you would see 1 E, and then I'm going to put a plus A, not ETA, E and A. 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and so if we had some 16th notes in here, let's just kind of add another 16th note in here. So it would be, let me just erase this part right here, move it over so we have some more room. And we'll add a double bar on here. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So now oftentimes, I think in music that we went over in class, you'll just see these double notes in here, and the 16th notes after the 8th note, and that means that they'll come in on the and, not the E. So it'd be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. So hopefully that makes sense right there. Now, in your homework assignment that you're going to have, you'll see a series of notes, and you're going to need to write in, the answer is going to be the timing. And I believe in the first question that you have, you'll kind of see an example of some wrong and correct answers on the board. So let's see here. For this, the answer for this is you're only going to write down the beats. Okay, only when the beats, not for not for how long a note is held. So for example, let's put a half note here. Got a half note, and then let's see here. Let's put down 2 eighth notes, and then a quarter note. So for this half note right here, you are not going to put 1 and 2 because the beat only comes in on beat 1, but it holds it out through beat 2. So it'd be, for example, this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now sometimes we'll have a hold, or a tie. of a tie going into another note. So let's just throw in, just say it goes into the next measure. So we'll continue on here, and we'll throw in another quarter note there, and just to speed things along, here's a half note and then another quarter note. Okay, so let's just say these two are tied together. That means that that note is not struck again when it's the first beat in the next measure here. Now, this same thing could be done for any of these other notes within a measure. It could be done between this quarter note into this half note right here. And so then that would be a total of 3 beats. So let's just do it. Let's count the timing with this right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You see, I did not clap again on beat 2 because this quarter note is being held into this note. That note would only be struck one time. Now, if we move that tie over to here between these 2 8th notes, let's do the timing now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, hopefully you got it. So what you would write down for the answer for the timing on this would be 1 and then 3 and 4. And then since this is tied over, you're going to skip the 1 on here, and then you're going to write beat 2 and then beat 4. So this right here would be the answer that you would put in for the test. Because you're only putting in the answer here whenever there is a beat. Now for handbell practice, when you're supposed to write in your timing, what you'll be writing in is 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So you would write in the timing here, and it almost helps sometimes if there was a note in the bass clef right here that you can be able to see, oh, okay, somebody else is striking that note on the second beat. And so you could draw lines like that. But otherwise, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, obviously, if you have any questions about this, just send me a message or ask me while I'm at school. You can come up to my office and ask me any questions as well. Have fun with your test.